Good morning. How's everybody? It is 11:30 up there. It's early, huh? Well, I got football Sunday down here. I have to, games start at like noon down here, so I have to hurry up and get everything together so that I can go watch. I do a lot of talking about Donald Trump here, and I don't like him. I mean, I don't have to go into detail about that. But let's talk a little bit for a change about Kamala Harris. I like her, as well as I possibly can. I don't know that much about her. I didn't her whole history. I only know what's coming out now in the short little bursts. Well, one thing I am well aware of in listening to everybody talk, and the people are asking one question: can she give answers with more substance, especially about her policies and whatnot? Now, I can understand her being a little hesitant to do that. Not because I think the policies are bad, but it just gives Trump something to talk about, and it also gives the opposition parties time to prepare to fight her when if she gets elected. See, and that's the other thing. She doesn't know whether she can put these proposals forward because she doesn't know what she's facing yet. Is she facing a Republican Congress, a mixed Congress, or a Democratic Congress? So it's going to be difficult if she stands there, says, this is what I would like to do, or this is what I'm going to do, and then she can't do it. Okay? Now, the difference is that if Trump wins and Trump has the House and the Senate on his side, he can do whatever the fuck he wants because the Supreme Court's already given him immunity and everything else. He can go out and have people shot for objecting to him. So it's not, and that's not an extreme thing I'm saying. I think that's pretty much what he's going to be capable of doing. Whether he does it or not is another story altogether. But my opinion is that she needs to come out and say, it's not this. We're not just going to have this type of economy. This is what I'm going to do to promote this type of economy. This is what I'm going to do about Gaza, or at least attempted to about Gaza. She has to distance herself from a lot of the stuff that Biden and the administration have done in the past to show that she is an independent individual, an independent person. Independent individual, same thing. Let's see. Trump is getting hammered because of, she's hammering Trump because of things like, that he seems to be obsessing about. Well, if he's smart, he's going to start obsessing about, well, she says she's going to do something. What is she going to do? What is this economy she's talking about? How is she planning on doing it? And as soon as he starts doing that, if he gets to do that first and hammers her with that first, she's lost a lot of ground. I mean, people are saying there's reasons that Trump doesn't want to debate her. I think he'll debate her, but later he's going to give her he wants to see what she's going to do. Now, if she brings out a certain type of policy, he can hammer it to death. Just like that's the reason he isn't talking any policies. He goes around screaming abstract thoughts. The man is not very. I don't know whether he's a manipulator. I don't think he's a genius by any stretch of the imagination. A genius at what? Making a deal? What is it? Eight companies and maybe 8 or 9 companies bankrupt, major institutions bankrupted a casino, a cash cow, because he used all the cash. People don't get to understand that this man will steal the glasses off his mother's head while she's reading the newspaper. This is how criminal this man is. And nobody seems to to understand that. And now we have a candidate that's supposedly legitimate and much better than Biden, I believe, in terms of being able to handle situations. And she came out real good in the beginning, but now it's a little. We need a little less rhetoric and a little bit more substance to what she's saying. You know, in order for her to win. I mean, I'm going to vote for one way or the other because I just cannot, under any circumstances, vote for a fat fascist pig. Okay, so that's not going to happen there. So and there's nobody else out there. There's not even an independent I could vote for because I don't know any of them. And I wouldn't have voted. And Kennedy would have been, had Kennedy stayed in the race, he would have been worse than the two of them put together. So I think that's one of the reasons he was so similar to Donald that I think that's one of the reasons why they pulled him, gave him a job, so to speak, Once the election's over, I don't think, he's going to be a vice president, and he's not going to be the vice president. He's not going to be anything. He's just going to be an asterisk in the playbook, Well, this was a candidate during 2024, but he didn't last long. He let Trump fuck with his mind. I need to know these answers, just like everybody else is saying that they need to know these answers about what am I trying to say? The proposals that she's putting forward, if she has proposals. Trump puts forward this, we're going to do, Donald, you're not going to do jack shit. You never have and you never will. You're going to let a bunch of people that supported you and what is it? Supported you and hope for you to get elected so that they can go about their business, They want to be able to change the world to suit them, Musk isn't a Republican or a Democrat. Musk, the fact that he's contributing so much money to the GOP is he wants to be a kingmaker. He wants it to be that if anybody wants to get elected in this country, they have to go through him. He doesn't want to be elected because he couldn't withstand the scrutiny, All right. Let's hope Kamala this week comes out and does some stuff, talks to people and tells them how she's going to do it. And I want to see somebody in the audience that she goes to talk to say, well, how are you planning on doing this? I hear a lot of this, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. I hear it from both of you people, but nobody says how you're going to do this. And I know you need the Congress and the Senate on your side, so how, all that stuff, But are you capable of producing compromise? Are you capable of producing this what do you want to know? A solution to these problems. Okay. Now, before I leave, a little football. The Giants are playing the Browns today. They got a shot at this game. Because I think the Browns, I don't know. I'm nervous about the Browns. I thought they would be a much better team than they are. But once this guy, they got his quarterback, he's just not a good quarterback, and it's just going to be a long, long season for them. Let's see, Tennessee at the Packers, 12 o'clock game. I think the Packers are going to take this one. The Bears are going to take the Colts. The Texans-Vikings could be a very good game. That could be an exciting game because they're both undefeated. 2-0 teams, So we'll see what happens there, you know. Eagles Saints, I think the Eagles will come alive. If they don't, they're done for the year. In terms of being a Super Bowl contender, I think they'll still be a good team, but I just don't think they'll get to the Super Bowl. Chargers, Steelers, well, you know, that's kind of a, you know, want to see some quarterbacks that aren't playing well or whatever, you know. Broncos, Buccaneers, I'm a big Mayfield fan for the Tampa Bay, and I would love to see them beat the Broncos, you know, but we'll have to wait and see there too. You know, then you have what else will we have? Let's see. Those were the early games, and we have what they call the 3 o'clock games, the Panthers and the Raiders. I'm a big Raider fan, but I was a Raider fan of the old Raiders, not the last few, like 10 years of the team. You know, I was an Alzado fan. You know, throwing his helmet down the sidelines. That was the kind of team I liked. It was an exciting. Played the game the way it was supposed to be played, rough and tough. You know, it's not a gentleman's sport. It's not the kind little play. You know, they had less major injuries back then. They still had that long-term effect on the head, on the brain that they have now. But this is, you know, they're not going to ever cure that completely. What they do is they give him helmets, and then that's what they did with Tug down in Miami, the quarterback. And they think they become, well, I got this new helmet on, I'll be okay. And next thing you know, he's gone. That's it. So, Dolphins, Seahawks, you know, you don't have Tug, so who knows what's going to happen there. The Ravens are 0-2 versus the Cowboys 1-1. One of these teams is going to walk away from this game with their season pretty well over with. All their expectations done with. 49ers, Rams. If the Rams win this game, the 49ers have some serious problems. You know, I know they don't have McCaffrey, and he's the heart of that team, but they better do something. And the same thing goes with the Chiefs and the Falcons. The Chiefs have been lucky so far. We'll have to wait and see. Lions, Cardinals, I'm not so sure the defense can keep up with the Cardinals, but we'll see. So that's it, you know. That's my football predictions for the week. So now I got to go fire up my computer and get my streaming service online and everything, and you know, get the hot dogs, the hamburgers, and the potato chips out. And listen, you know, let's see if we can get some substance to these proposals of Kamala Harris, you know, because then we can bury Trump. You know, we can just, you know, and then we can go walk by and spend the rest of the year spitting on him, you know, as he walks by, you know. I'm a nice guy. Talk to you later.